Today, we are going to explore a very big question. A question people talk about everywhere. A question countries debate, economists study, and billions of people wonder. How much money does the United States have compared to China? Which country is actually richer? Which country has more wealth? Which country has more money in its people's pockets, in its banks, in its companies, and in its government? And most importantly, does having more money even mean being more powerful? In this video, we will break down everything in very simple English. No difficult economics, no confusing charts. Just clear, easy explanations that anyone can understand. So let's start. Before we compare the USA and China, we need to understand something important. When we say how much money does a country have, this question has many answers. Because countries don't have money the same way people do. A person has money in the wallet, the bank account, maybe some savings, maybe some investments. But a country has money in many different forms: GDP, foreign reserves, government wealth, private sector wealth, national assets, businesses, natural resources, currency in circulation, money in banks, loans it gives, loans it takes. So in this video, we will compare all of these. Not just cash, not just GDP, not just wealth. We will compare everything in simple words. GDP. The most common way to compare countries' GDP means the total value of everything a country produces in 1 year. It is not money in the bank. It is how much the country earns. In recent years, USA GDP, around $28 trillion per year. China GDP, around $18 trillion per year. So, the United States is still number one. China is number two. But this doesn't tell the whole story. Because America's population is much smaller than China's. So, let's see GDP per person. USA GDP per person, around $84,000 per person. China GDP per person, around $12,000 per person. This shows one simple thing. On average, an American is far richer than a Chinese citizen. But this still does not tell us how much money these countries truly have. So, we go deeper. Let's look at actual cash, currency notes, and coins. In simple words, how many dollars exist physically? How many yuan exist physically? USA. The US has around $2.3 trillion in cash. China has around 14 trillion yuan, which is roughly $2 trillion. Surprise! Even though China has a bigger population, the USA actually has more physical cash. But remember, cash is only a small part of a country's money. Most money is digital. This is the real number most economists watch. Broad money means cash money in bank accounts, money in digital form, savings, deposits, business accounts, so basically, all the money that exists inside the country. And this is where things get interesting. USA broad money, around $22 trillion. China broad money, around $40 trillion, yes, almost double. China has more money inside its banking system than any country on earth. This is because Chinese people save more. Chinese banks loan more. Chinese economy uses more credit internally. China encourages high savings rates, so in this category, China wins. China has the world's largest banking system. Government money includes cash reserves, foreign exchange, gold. Investments, national assets, foreign reserves. This includes the money governments hold in other currencies. China is number one in the world. It holds more than $3.2 trillion in foreign reserves. America has around $240 billion in reserves. Very small compared to China. Why? Because the USA doesn't need to keep huge reserves. The US dollar is the world's main currency. China needs reserves for stability. The USA doesn't. So in reserves, China wins easily. Gold is an important part of a nation's financial strength. USA gold reserves, over 8,100 tons, the largest in the world. China gold reserves, around 2,200 tons officially, But many experts believe China secretly has much more. Still, officially, USA wins by a huge margin. Gold is America's strongest financial weapon. Now, this is the big one. National wealth means value of property, value of businesses, value of land, value of industries, value of stocks, total assets owned by people and companies, everything that adds up to financial strength. So who is richer? Total national wealth, USA, around $145 trillion. China, around $85 trillion. This shows something important, even though China is growing fast. Even though China has more money in its banks, even though China has huge reserves, America is still far richer in total wealth. Let's look at household wealth, the money people personally own. This includes savings, property investments, retirement accounts, stocks. USA household wealth, around $140 trillion. China household wealth, around $85 trillion. Again, America wins because Americans invest more in stocks, Americans earn higher salaries, American companies are more profitable. China is growing, but still behind. How much wealth companies have? This includes the world's biggest businesses. And here, America absolutely dominates. The USA has Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Tesla, Meta, Nvidia, Berkshire Hathaway. About 60% of the world's trillion-dollar companies are American. China has Alibaba, Tencent, Huawei, BYD, strong companies, but not as large as the American giants. Corporate wealth, USA wins. How much debt they owe? Debt also tells us a lot. USA national debt, over $34 trillion. China national debt, around $14 trillion officially. But if we include local governments, it goes up to $20 trillion. So both countries have debt. The USA, more. China, also huge. But the difference? America can borrow more easily because the world trusts the US dollar. China cannot borrow as easily internationally. Money is also used for power. USA military budget, around $900 billion per year, the biggest in the world. China military budget, around $230 billion per year, much smaller. So military power, USA wins easily. America leads the world in patents, new inventions, technology startups, Silicon Valley developments. China also has huge growth in tech, but America is still ahead in innovation wealth. Let's summarize simply. USA wins in GDP per person, total national wealth company. Wealth stock market, wealth gold, reserves, innovation. Military spending, household wealth. China wins in foreign reserves, broad money supply, banking system size, manufacturing power, exports. Both countries are rich. Both are powerful. But in overall wealth, the United States still has more money than China. This is the big question. Will China surpass the USA? Some experts say yes. Some experts say no. Some experts say it will never happen. But here is the simple truth. China is growing fast. America is innovating fast. China has more people. America has more productivity. China saves more. America invests more. So the future is not decided yet. It will depend on technology, global trade, population changes, political decisions, economic stability. But for now, the USA remains the world's richest country overall. And China is the world's fastest rising economic giant. So now you know how much money the USA has, how much money China has, and who is richer in different categories. The truth is simple. Both countries are superpowers. Both lead the world in different ways. Both shape the global economy. And the race between them is one of the biggest stories of our time. Thank you for watching How Much Things. If you want more simple, powerful videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.